Hello, everyone. Welcome to a special holiday edition of the Friday Night Disaster Stream. It's the Thursday Night Disaster Stream. I'm your good buddy, your good pal, Amigo Aaron. Checking to see how I look there. I look good. I look great. I look darn fine. Welcome, everyone. I'm glad you guys turned out to check me out tonight. I was sitting around here and I was like, I need to get into something. I'm going to go crazy, brother. And so I thought I'm going to get into some chat action and get into a little fun with the Amiga, because that's what we're here for, man. My thing is the Amiga. I'm getting my screen set up here. We're going to fire this sucker up. So a lot of you may know that I have been a proponent of the Aminimiga project, which is it's basically a project that is ran by Amy Jimmy, a brilliant guy who is one of the founders of the AGS selection stuff, and he also has worked extensively on the A500 Mini, the quirky, overpriced Amiga Mini that we all know and love. You can see the little stick right here. And so what we're going to do is, I have been lucky enough to get an installation of the new 2.0 software. It's out of beta. I had a look at the beta a while back, and now we're getting into the main deal here. And we're going to try it out. So I told Jimmy I was going to do some streaming tonight on the new software. And so we're just going to play some games. We're going to kick the tires, and we're going to have a good time. You can see what I've got here. I'm going to explain my setup. In case you didn't catch my my stream from before when I talked about the A500 Mini. Right off, I could kind of pull it out here, I guess. This should be disastrous. Right here is my... let's see if I can get it up in front of the camera. Here's your A500 Mini right there. And then behind it, I've got this little... I don't know if you can see this. Yeah, let's see that right there. That is a powered hub. A powered hub. And into Powered Hub, I've stuck one of these cheap, and I mean cheap, brother, ONN SSDs, USB SSDs that they sell at Walmart. I got it for like 22 bucks. And then, of course, I've got the A500 Mini mouse, the A500 controller, and I do have a keyboard hooked up, but I don't really use the keyboard that much. But you never know. We might need it for something back. So, how does it work? Once you install his software, you have really two things you have to do. First thing you have to do is put a copy of Workbench 3.1 in a certain directory. The README will tell you which one. And the second thing you have to do is copy your Kickstart ROMs to a certain directory. He'll tell you which one. He's also included an automated tool that will literally pull the Kickstart ROMs right off your A500 Mini. Very convenient. Presumably, if you've got an A500 Mini, of course, Cloanto was involved in these bad boys, and you are good to go with the ownership of these ROMs. Now, let's not kid ourselves. There's any of a myriad of ways to go out and get ROMs and a Workbench disk, these ancient disks that someone's still making money for, and I will let you, gentle viewer, decide for yourselves if you decide to go down the evil, conniving pirate route, or you could be a just saint of a person here at Christmas, make the nice list, throw Colanto, I think it's like $1.50, you can get the ROM. So either way, you guys know the routine, most of you by now. So once you've installed this stuff, uncompressed it on the drive, you've put your Workbench on there. It'll come up. It'll find the Workbench disk. It'll find the ROMs. Then it'll ask you if you want to be nice or naughty again, because Amy Jimmy, out of the graciousness and kindness of his heart, has put some chick photos on here. These are photos directly from the 80s, including the resolution on them. So I will say, I'm not gonna lie to you, I had to look at some of these photos, and if you like blurry, if you want to trip down blurry, pixelated chick lane, then these are the photos for you. But there you go. So, once you've gotten all this done, you're good to go. So we're going to hit the A button here. And then we're going to go over here, hit the A button again, and then hit the home button to start this sucker up. And it'll take a minute, and it'll come right up here. Uh, I mostly play games, as you know. I haven't made that a secret to anyone. However, this thing is packed with extra crap. It sort of reminds me of Chris's Pi project, which is, oh man, I've got that too, and it's great. But my thing is, if you've got an A500 Mini, you want to get some use out of it. You might as well go to work and have some fun with it. Yeah, there you go. Chris just chimed in saying the A500 Mini runs Amiga just like Amiga. Outstanding. Amiga, by the way, is the Pi is a Pi image you could put on your. Is that a Raspberry Pi 4 and 3, Chris, or is it just a 3? But you could put this thing on and go to work. So you can see here we've come up to the main screen, which I really liked what he's done here. There you go. Chris says the 4 and the 400. You know, I got the Brent one of those 400s, Chris. He's never used that. I bet he's never plugged it in. I'm going to go over and beat him. You can see what you've got here. Now, I'm a simple man, and so what I like to do is bypass most of this stuff and just use the pull-down menus. However, you can see what we've got here. I'm just going to flip through some of these so you can get a good idea of what you've got here. It's the normal stuff you would expect on a a modern, fully fleshed out workbench. You've got your duplication stuff if you're going to be a dirty, rotten, stinking, filthy pirate. Your benchmark stuff, development stuff, your graphics stuff. I mean, that's a lot of stuff right there. Stuff to go on the internet. Now, it's funny that this is here because as far as I know, there's no way to get on the internet with the A500 Mini. I've heard that it's being worked on, but you never know. However, there's also a flavor of this. I don't know if it's been officially released, but Amy Jimmy has and I think it has. But he's got a flavor of this that you can put on a USB drive and boot on your PC, and it comes up just like this. And I think you can use the networking stuff on that. And I think he's also got a version coming out for the Mister at some point. He says it's real close to being ready, and I'm looking forward to that. So just an image for the Mister, which would be nice because mine's real plain Jane. Of course, you got your multimedia section here. You recognize probably the majority of this stuff. He's got an extensive selection of tunes on here. I mean, it seems like it was like into the tens of thousands of tunes. You've got your office stuff here, and who doesn't want to load up the A500 Mini to do some Final Calc or some Page Setter? I know I do. You've got your system apps. Again, you'll recognize most of the stuff, including the ever popular Directory Opus, which I use extensively because that's what I know. You got your babes, as I mentioned, and then you've got your intros. I haven't looked at the intro stuff. There's also a lot of demo stuff on here too. Yeah, I'm right there, Chris. He says that's all Doug, and I'm right there with you. Now, the way I access stuff, you go up to the old bar, hit the right button. You can see he's got a lot of this stuff set up and good to go. And there, of course, if you're more of a old school desktop guru, this stuff would make a lot more sense to you. I used to have it, but I lost it. But what he does have on here is the game selection stuff. Now, normally I'm a tiny launcher sort of man, but I got to say, this AGS2 I'm really enjoying. Jimmy does work on this. He told me that this selector was actually based on some stuff he'd done. I don't know if he's actually actively working on it these days, but it's pretty nice. So I thought we'd got to go through here and play some games and test the tires. If there's anything you'd like to see, again, if it's something you've asked for in the past and it didn't work right or whatnot, we could try it again and see if this has changed anything. Not everything runs perfectly. There are a few things I've tried to run that don't run correctly, and I haven't found a way to make them run correctly. And the example I'll give is one-on-one, the basketball game. One-on-one is a game that came out the very first year the Amiga was around, and it just runs probably about double the speed it should. And even using the little gimmicks, I haven't been able to knock the speed down. So Salt Dragon, which I've never heard of that one. So let's give that one a whirl since that's the first one that got shouted out here. So What you do here, let me find just by name on here. Let's see here. Oh, not that. Let's see here. I guess we could search. Let's try that. Well, I don't know what I did. Oh, okay. Oh, that's kind of neat. So we could search for it. Saint Dragon. Of course, that's one of Doug's favorites. That one I have heard of. Let's see if we can actually... I guess I have to click on the box. We're really off and running here, the games. I've never tried the search thing, though, so let's just try it for fun. So, we're just going to put in Saint. And then we'll see what happens. Let's see what this does. Nothing. Well, I don't know how to use this program, so let's just go back to where we were at then. That's what I get, isn't it? So, let's see here. Let's go through here. And then it's S. Saint Dragon. Here we go. Now, I've seen Doug play this a few times. I'm not going to enable any trainers. Again, I'm just using... Everything you see is directly off of the A500 Mini with the A500 Mini's accoutrement. So, except for a keyboard here, which I shouldn't need. So we'll see if this works. And if it does work, how well it works. Okay. Looks pretty cool. This is an arcade port, as I recall, but it's been a... I wouldn't want to put my life on the line. Well, Jalico, yeah, so I'd say it was. All right. Now, if you're familiar with the game... Wow, this dragon is bizarre to move around. If you're familiar with this game, you can tell me what you think of how it's playing here. Chris Edwards gets it the high sign. Let's see if I'm as good at this as Doug is. I can't tell if I'm allowed to hit these guys with my tail or not. I'm not going to risk it. It's got music and sound effects. I didn't catch what year this came out. It's colorful. It's funny, this is one me and Bo I don't think have ever played on the show. Maybe we'll get this one. Maybe we'll get the committee to look into this one. It's got a lot of diverse enemy types there. Oh God! Oh, it hits the ground. Sorry. Hope we don't start over. These old games are unforgiving. I'm assuming you don't have any super weapon or anything in this. I'm not seeing anything. I've tried various joystick maneuvers. That guy sucks. I don't like him. Gosh, how much? Oh yeah! Now we're cooking. I'm gonna let that guy screw me. I want to get to the boss here. He screwed me. I'll let him screw me. I'm going to get to this boss. Oh, I kept my weapons. I like that. I got it. Okay, thank you. I was wondering about that. I'd like to kill one of these huge cats. They're real irritating. There he is. He jumps so high, too. What an irritating enemy. God. Man. Good thing he give you lots of lives. I think I could get better at this if I had a little time. I'm kind of liking this. I mean, I've seen Doug play this. I'm always like, eh, this is not bad. I don't think I ever played this in the arcade. The movement is a quirky and awkward. All right, this is it. I promise you, I'm getting past this guy. Hey, since Chris is in right now, I gotta recommend his newest video, because he does something so insane and moronic that I cackled, because I knew exactly what he was getting into, and I knew what a pain in the butt it was going to be, and the fact that he pulled it off was remarkable. I don't want to ruin the surprise, but you absolutely should watch him as he attempts to fix a pin on, I believe it was an 060. You know, I did the same thing back in the day, with I believe an Athlon processor. This wasn't even in the shop. This is when I was just, oh, here, I got one. This is just when I actually it was my own thing. Oh, wow, look at this thing. And I thought to myself, you've got to be a madman to try this. And when I saw what you were up to, especially the part where you were trying to, like, use the heat to pull the pin out, because that's something I haven't tried. I didn't even have got me there. I'm gonna try one more time. Man, look at all these weapons. How am I losing? I wish it didn't start you all the way over. That is kind of a bummer. Oh, it's got rapid fire too. Okay. I should be able to blaze this guy now. Look at this. Good Lord, the firepower. Alright, I'm feeling sort of invincible here. These levels are long. I would have figured I'd gotten to the end guy by now. Oh, I hope that's his vulnerability. I think it is. Look at those rings. Oh, here we go. This has got to be him. Giant robotic bull. I think I dated her once. Oh, neat. Oh! Please don't make me start all the way to the beginning of the level. I'll kill myself. Oh, are you kidding me? Alright, that's the end of that. I got to the end boss. Good enough for me. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Let me start this thing up again real quick. I do have a habit. I told Amy Jimmy, I said, you know, what I need is a way to turn off this certain key, because it drives me absolutely nuts. I've hit it over and over. And a lot of games that say press start, I hit this instead of start, and I've done it a million times. It drives me absolutely nuts. How did that look, Chris? Since you have a lot of experience with that particular title, do we get a passing grade on that one? Let's get back up here. Very good. Let's try something new here. One thing I like about this is you can list the stuff by year, by release year. Here we go. Badlands. Well, listen, I'm going to play that. I'm going to play that right now, and then we'll do something new on the newer scale. I believe Badlands is a game where you drive around, if I'm not mistaken. All right, it's a let's see here. Oh yeah, I heard about that. Whoa, Xiphone. Thank you, my friend. Oh, Amstrad. I love it. Were you guys watching Amstrad stuff? Because that's awesome. We love us some Amstrad. Let's see here. See if we can find this thing. There's got to be a way just to go through these in order of the way of their name. Let's see here. What's up, everybody? Listen, I love Amstrad. I don't know if any of you guys listened to the Retro Asylum, their most recent episode, but the Amstrad took it to the house, man, and won the whole thing. I was very impressed. I like those guys over there at Retro Asylum. We've almost always been on good terms with them. I will say that. There was a little tiff, but for the most part, we've been in good terms. All right. Let's go with I can find stuff easier in here. So, I love, me and my brother, the Brent, on ARG Presents, we play a little Amstrad. We had an episode where we played newer stuff on the Amstrad. I'll be darned if I wasn't ultra impressed with some of the new offerings on the Amstrad. I was very impressed. It looked great. I think that's a machine that was desperately underutilized for its power. Tell me if that gets a little loud. Turn it down just a smidge. That's it, man. So, let's just give this a whirl then. Let's see if I can just fire it up here. Here we go. Hey, I appreciate you sending some folks over, my friend. Tonight we're trying out the A500 Mini, and the new software that I'm trying out is in fact the Aminimiga software from Amy Jimmy, which is the new 2.0. Has just become available. By the way, if anyone's interested in this, picking this up, you can head over to Aminimiga.com and you can join up the Discord and set yourself up. The crowd over there is super duper nice. Also, if you've got a Raspberry Pi, and while I've got them in here, please, for God's sakes, go get Amiga. The new version of that just dropped earlier in the month, and it is outstanding as well. Hey, Dave Velociraptor. What's going on, Dave? I'm always feeling froggy, brother. You know I am. That's right, man. I'm in West Virginia, my friend. Don't let the good looks fool you. This is the way we all talk over here. Well, we do a show on the ZX as well called R. Sinclair. I've played tons of Speckies. We actually own a couple Speckies. Which we try to dip our toes in a lot of pools, as it were, and the Specky's one of them. We're big fans. Chris, now that you've released Pi Amiga, since I got you in here, I'm going to take advantage of the opportunity. And I'm sure you've had thousands of downloads. What's the overall feel? Everything running pretty smooth? Has it been relatively bug-free so far? I know, like I said, I had last year's version. I don't think I ever had any problems with it. It worked real nicely. This looked like a really ambitious title this year, or version of it, I should say. In case you guys are wondering, the Pi Amiga software, Chris is one of the main men behind it. If you have any questions, you can probably set them up right here. Thank you. I'm not often running on Badlands. All the European systems were pretty much unknown to myself and my partner Boat when we started the Amigos, 8 years ago. But we have grown to play. We play them a lot, and we really do enjoy them on their own merits. Now, I will admit, and this isn't a European system, the Amiga. Of course, it's an American system, but it was, Europe's where it was the big deal. It wasn't a big deal over here. And I would say the same thing about the ST, man. I am not good at this. I am having some difficulty with the ST right now. I've got Dave Velociraptor in here. He's gonna set me on the right course. We've played a stream of Atari ST games that are just I've not gotten along with that good. So I'm hoping we get some real winners. I mean, I played an Atari ST game, some of the best games I ever played on a 16-bit called Sundog. But that's definitely been the high water mark. So I'm hoping that Dave's going to set us up. By the way, Dave Velociraptor in here, 1/3 of the crew that steers the ship over at This Week at Retro, along with our good buddy Yagima and everyone's favorite Neil RMC. So please check that show out when you get a chance as well. Wings of Death, I've played that on other machines. I will say. And it is fun. By the way, if you want something, hey, Brock 101. What's going on, brother? If you want an interesting treat, I believe we played Wings of Death on the X68000. It gives you more options than most of the machines do. It's something you might want to check out sometime. But I've not tried it on the ST, so that will definitely put that on the list. I'm looking for any kind of ST action for something that you guys think is a good ST game. Ooh, special guest. Beauty. All right, well, I've ruined that game, so let's get out of here. By the way, you'll notice that one thing I like about this, all I do is play games on the Amiga. I mean, that's really all I do. And so I like the couch experience. I'm one of those guys, casual gamer type. I just like to sit on the couch. If this thing had a wireless controller, we'd be laughing. I wish it came with one. But I do like the fact that I can bring up the old keyboard. You guys can't see it on there, but when you see the screen go like that, that means I'm bringing up the on-screen keyboard. And it's real handy to try out. Let's see what else we've got here. I saw a bunch of people suggesting some stuff. If you suggested something you'd like to see me play on here, go ahead and re-suggest it, because I missed a lot of those comments as I was playing it. Yes, sorta. Dude abides. By the way, I love that movie, man. I've based my life on it, brother. Killing Game Show and Red Heat. I'll do both those. Killing Game Show, I'm not very good at it, but I enjoy it. And then Red Heat, I don't think I've tried that. I've seen that god-awful film. That's for sure. Let's see what we can find here. Killing Game Show. This game was incorrectly named. Oh, man. We got Ski or Die, but not Skate or Die, Flack. Oh, by the way, we got Flack in here, please. We got a lot of people in here, talented folks. If you're a fan of, if you are a fan of some good podcasting, let me shoot you over to Rob Flack O'Hara, RobO'Hara.com, I believe, where it all goes down. You can check out his C64 show, Sprite Castle. Great show. I listen to it every time it comes out. And then there's the granddaddy of them all, You Don't Know Flack, a show that's been going. It was the inspiration for me, really, when we got into podcasting. So please check his stuff out as well. Great stuff. I mean, it's outstanding. Give that man some love. We got a lot of real talented folks here. Hey, listen, if you're someone that has a show or a podcast, I'd love to know about you, because Adam's in here too. Speak of the devil, because I'm out of stuff to listen to. So if you got new stuff, man, let me in. Oh, excellent! Yeah, Flack's latest Sprite Castle has been stuck up on the Amigo Stream Team channel on YouTube. If you want to catch it, and all of them in the back. Yeah, Chris Edwards, of course, runs the Chris Edwards channel, which, again, if you want to see somebody do some crazy stuff, even by my standards of sketchiness, it is some super sketchy stuff. And, of course, we got Adam here, Commodore Chronicles and Fine and Tandy. Great stuff. Excellent work. I'm a real fan of the Tandy show, too. It's good to see the Tandy 1000 getting some love. Okay, cool, man. Old style gaming. I don't know if I've run across you before, my friend, but it's good to meet you. I like your name, brother. All right, let's kick this off. Listen, if it's got Psygnosis in it, you know it's gold, brother. I know Boat rags on Psygnosis all the time, but man, when I saw the Psygnosis label, man, I knew what I was going to get was going to be some something that just was cool. It might not be very good, but it was going to be cool. It was going to have awesome looking graphics. It was going to have freaking awesome sound and music. That's what I liked about it. Now you can't win them all, man. All right. Let's see if we can get this thing started here. Now, I'm not a great hand at this, by the way. But I will give it a whirl. I love the water effects in this. And we're going to get a close-up look at it because I ran the wrong way. Oh, a rough start. Okay, great. Outstanding. I just think it's great. I love, you know, one thing that Twitch has done is and YouTube to a certain extent, it gets a lot of creators together. I don't usually use the word creator, but I mean, you know, just people that are into the same kind of stuff. It's a good way to, you know, mix it up, meet new people. Okay, I need to get better guns. I wish this game, you know, Psygnosis had this thing about these random enemies like this. They just fly like in formation like that. The blood money type crap. I wish they would actually have expanded a little bit more on, you know, what they've got cooking. Oh crap. You know, this game, when you think of the name Killing Game Show, you think it's going to be something really cool. And then, I mean, I'm not saying this isn't cool, but I mean, it doesn't feel like, I was thinking something more like The Running Man. You know, if you ever seen that movie, that's more like a killing game show. Smash TV, that's a killing game show. This is just a game with that name. Either give it another name or, you know, do something else. I don't know how I get up there. Oh, man. I'm in a pickle here. What did I do wrong? Oh, I see. I'm not the best at mazes. Listen, that music's cool. This is running good, by the way. Like I said, we're running this stuff on the on the A500 Mini with a Aminimiga on it. And we're sort of kicking the tires tonight, in case you're wondering what we're up to. Oh, we're not up to being good at games, I can tell you that. Come on. Oh, dadgummit. Yeah. Let's go. They should run just as well on the Mister, man. They should run, theoretically, they should run better. You know, listen, I've got a Mister, and I love the Mister. I bet quite a few people in here have one. They're quite a machine. But they're not the end-all, be-all, and mainly because they don't support all the stuff that a Pi would support, or even the A500 Mini. I mean, you've got the ability in this to run stuff outside of the realm of Amiga, if you took the notion, and which is nice. Of course, the rub on the Mister is that you get perfect timings, and you do in a lot of cores. But anyone that has had a Mister for a while knows that those cores are only as good as the person that programmed the cores or the information available to them. And so anyone that thinks that everything on the Mister is like spot on perfect is lying to themselves. I'm an arcade guy from way back. I've owned arcade games, and I still do, and I can tell you without hesitation that they're not 100% accurate. I mean, it's not their fault. They're trying. It's hard, and I would wager that it's just like consoles and computers. It's hard to get 100% accuracy. But the problem I've got is a lot of the people with Misters tend to kind of look down on people that use Raspberry Pis or emulation, which I think's foolish. a foolish thing to do. Emulation carried everybody for a long time, and I don't think it's something that should, I don't think people should be ragging on other people that use it. Not everyone can even afford a Mister these days. The things cost a ton. I think there's certainly room for both. Now if you're a person that really demands, perfection, and you can get the right core that will give you that, well then you're in good shape. But if you're someone who's been playing emulators for a while, and all of a sudden you get a Raspberry Pi, you're not necessarily a Mister. You're not necessarily going to be like, oh, this is exactly what I want. It's better than anything I've ever played. In a lot of instances, I can't tell much of a difference. So for me to sit here and say, oh yeah, this was going to run better on the Mister, I can't with any certainty, because I've found a lot of stuff that runs differently. Sometimes it runs perfectly, sometimes it doesn't. You never know. Plus, the Amiga is such a diverse machine with so many different flavors that it's hard to say with any certainty how something's supposed to run, because something will run differently on different flavors of the Amiga. So that's a long-winded speech. That much said, I love the Mister. So I won't lie, I'm a big fan. God. Seems like I always get to a point in this game where I can't figure out where to go. Oh, God. Okay, I'm done humiliating myself with that game. Good God, get it out. What was the other suggestion we had? Let me look back here. See what I missed. Hey, Amiga Cammy, I didn't see you come in. It's good to see you, man. Let's see here. Cammy's got quite a collection down there as well. Killing Game Show. Hey, Texas Foosballer, good to see you. Okay, I can't find out what the next suggestion was, so feel free to violently scream at me to try the game you asked for. It seems like it was something with Satan in it, the devil. Am I wrong here? Walker? Holy crap, are you kidding me? Now we're talking. Oh, Red Heat. Yeah, that's it. Let me do Red Heat and then we'll do Walker. Now, I'm a big fan of Walker. We did it on the show, and Boat just killed that game. Killed it dead. Let's see here. I think that had a lot of potential. I wish they'd have done more with it. Hey, Jason Warrens, thanks for coming in. Merry Christmas, my friend. Jason is one of the guys that works at RetroRewind.ca, one of our show sponsors. If you guys are in North America especially, but anywhere in the world and need work done on your machine or parts, please check out RetroRewind.ca. Jason's one of their crack stud staffers up there. He's done some work for me too, so you know he's gold. Look at this. Man. That's some Tonight Show levels of. What is this? What is happening? Am I playing? I am. Oh God. So we're in a sauna. What is that? What kind of sauna is this? Oh God, hit him. I'm still working on the controls, everybody. My God. Oh no. You ever had a game where you don't know who to root for? This is it. The graphics here are great. I will say that. I don't think I can. Is that a naked man's butt over there? That's not. That doesn't seem right, does it? Put on your fur hat. I don't know what's happening. Oh, you can stop. Okay. You wouldn't believe how many times this has happened to me in the sauna. Over and over. Looks like there's babies back there. Why did they put this sauna in the sewer? Oh, God. That guy threw a rock. Now, I've got to say, now listen, this is some dopey action. But I mean, it looks real good. I mean, and I will say it's something outside the box. It's way outside the box. I'm never coming back to this sauna, by the way. This is like a close-up, like if the guy that directed 700 or whatever, what was that, 300? If he directed a sauna scene and then stuck in the rules from old Kung Fu or Karate, what was that name? The old Data East game. I'm going to try this one more time. That's too stupid. I can't help myself. Do we get to pick? Or do we always have to start at the sauna? That right there. Ha ha. Good Lord. I have never seen this. Did this get a Spectrum release? Because I bet it did. This is the kind of crap that Ocean or somebody would have stuck all over the Specky. Oh God! Oh, I can run faster too. Okay, I didn't know that. I like that I'm wearing the loincloth. I like how the guys are just posing while there's a massacre going. I don't know if anybody in here's a wrestling fan, but it looks like a fleet of Kenny Omegas and Rusevs are attacking me. Yep, I knew it. Oh, even the Amstrad got one, eh? Oh, God. Oh, jeez. Has anyone ever cleared this level? I would like that and something else I'd like to know. Oh, right in the face. Run. Oh, God. I'm telling you, I've played a lot of games in my life. This is the stupidest things I've ever seen. Oh, God. Oh, God. Hey, Frank from RetroRewind.ca. Frank, we were just talking about your fine establishment, sir. As I watched men in a sauna beat the crap out of each other while they posed in the background. Man, that looks like Stallone there. I hope my game selection committee is paying attention. We demand that this be put in at least one of the shows. Look at this guy. Oh, God! Oh, jeez! You can't outrun him. Oh! It looks like he's just throwing a piece of glass. Where are these guys hiding all these rocks? Is that a banana? That doesn't seem appropriate. Get the banana. Get the banana. Oh, God! What is that guy doing? What? Did Paul Lind design this game? What is happening here? Oh, God, no! Okay. Okay. That is a winner. That's the big winner right now. If you can find a game dumber than that, I'll play it. That's one of the stupider things I've ever been associated with. Oh, yeah. That's your favorite, is it? That says a lot about you, my friend. All right, let's give this Walker a shot here. Okay. Trying to remember how the controls on this go. I think it was this keyboard and mouse, as I recall. I've got a keyboard hooked up here just for such an event. Like I said, we covered this on the show. Boat gave it a shellacking. He hated this game. He crapped all over it. And I was stunned because I thought it was freaking awesome, you know. I don't know. Boat's a weird cat, though. If you're not I guess for a lot of people, it just came in late. I am Amigo Aaron, one half of the Amigos. If you ever heard the Amigos podcast, you may not have. We play Amiga games, brother. All of them. Although I hadn't played that one. And we've been doing it for a while. So if you ever feel so inclined, hop over to Amigos Retro Gaming on YouTube, or just search for Amigos Everything Amiga podcast with your local podcatcher. We'll come up. We're all over the place, man. So, well, Britt's technically, I guess he's a third-rate backup Amigo, but he's a first-rate jerk, Dave. So yeah, he definitely counts. Let's see if the keyboard's working. It is. All right, we're gonna put it on easy. Oh yeah, that's me, Frank. World famous. Hey, listen, we had a lot of people. We had a raid, so I was trying to explain myself. Plus, I just feel so inclined. I mean, there's a lot of crunching involved in this. Okay, as I recall, maybe it was the joystick and the. Oh yeah, you can't move until they let you. I forgot about that. That's working. Thanks, Frank. Frank, I hope everything's going well for you up there, man. Yeah, man. That's us. Let's see. Does the joystick work? Oh, oh, great. The joystick works too. Now this is the best part of the game. Slaughter geeks. I used to have rough days at my old job, and when I got real bored or upset when I got home from work, I used to enjoy most greatly mauling these little guys, or just stomping on them. Look how great that moves. A lot of people don't use the lock feature on this, and for certain enemies, it works great. See that guy? Yeah. There we go. I wish that they would put out a. This is a game that's ripe for a remake. I mean, because you could take the control concept of this, and really do something super cool with it. I would love to see it. So long, jerks. Man, it's all coming back to me, man. Yeah, that's how you do it. Bring in the models. So long. The backgrounds in this boat had a real problem with the background. They said they weren't in the proper size to match the mech. You know, I don't know, man. I think they could have done more. Like I said, I think the mech and the controls would be great in another game. And I like the little guys too. I mean, they did a lot right. Boat's tough on these games sometimes. Oh yeah. Have you seen this one before? Old style. I'm not sure who suggested. Hey, dryer lint, what's going on? Dave, you need to come over to the Amiga side, brother. We got parallax scrolling. Let's take out this guy first. And we'll deal with these geeks. I'm having a pretty good run here, if I say. There we go. I love these guys. They're repelling in. Awesome. Alright, you little chump. Die. Like I said, the lock does a lot. Come on, I heard your comments about DOS, and I can't figure that out. That's why I had an Amiga, because I didn't want the DOS. Are you kidding me? DOS? I mean, there wasn't like it was all duds. Maybe we just play a different type of game, Dave. I'd say that's probably part of it. Because I'm not a big RPG guy. I mean, I am, but I like playing like actual RPGs, like at a table, not so much on the PC. He's we're gonna convert him, yeah, Frank. Well, I mean, listen, I killed DOS, but I mean, it had its moments. The problem is, I just keep on ARG. We keep playing the worst games DOS ever made. Stuff like Jill of the Jungle and crap. I thought to myself, my God, this came out less than a year before Lionheart. I mean, if you compare those two games, good Lord. Man, these little guys are tearing me up. Come here, you little punk. I love how they fall to their death. Oh, analog pocket. Yeah, man. I know exactly what that is. That's the little FPGA. Christmas miracle, eh? Come on. Oh, did I get killed? No, okay. But now I'm hurt. I'm hurting for certain. This is where you just have to wait it out, man. By the way, I'm using the mouse that came with the A500 Mini, in case you're wondering. And I would say it is quite competent. I mean, is it the best mouse I've ever played with? No, but it's not bad. The good thing is the A500 Mini gives you a lot of different opportunities to use different stuff. By the way, there it goes. I just cleared that level, so I still got a little bit of. I got a little bit of jack. Listen to the. I thought the radio chatters was really cool back in the day too. Made it more realistic, you know. I'm a sucker for setting the atmosphere. You know, same thing I liked about like something like Wing Commander or X-Wing versus TIE Fighter. There's your DOS game, by the way. All the interest I had in DOS came after the Amiga was pretty much screwed. Then I hopped. I mean, I had a DOS machine before I had an Amiga machine. You know. Oh, this is cool. Here we go. Yeah, train style. I should have let it go a little bit further so I could have shot more stuff on it. I think part of it is I didn't have the best DOS machine either. So that I had my Amiga well past that actually. I had mine into 90. I bought my own DOS machine and sold my Amiga in 94. It was 94, 95. It was right there, but it was right around when Windows 95 was coming out. And which was not the reason I did it, by the way, but I could see the writing on the wall. I'd been following that Commodore news closely, and I could see that I knew Commodore was, as a company, were morons, and they were going to drop the ball. But I'd hoped that like Gateway or somebody could pick the ball up and run with it. But the ball was dropped at every turn. I kept thinking to myself, how did Atari lose these guys? I couldn't figure it out because they were so inept. Oh yeah, you'd be a business then, brother. Well, I mean, it was one of the reasons, I think, Pat. But I mean, I think there are multi. Oh, look at that, by the way. That's awesome. That's the dirigible. Here it comes. Let me kill these two geeks. Come here, you little front. Gosh, I haven't fought this thing for a while. The CD32 wasn't the worst idea. You know, it's just that the CD32 got done to it a lot like the Atari Jaguar did. Like they made games, the laziest games and they to the worst, to the lowest common denominator. They didn't take advantage of it. Too many cheap, easy ports. I mean, the Jaguar, of course, they'd used the 68,000 and didn't hardly use the Tom and Jerry chips. You know, I just saw who was it? Somebody just did a thing on the Jag, and I saw it. I mean, it's the same old story. You know, no one bothered using the more advanced parts of the Jag. One would wonder what the advanced parts of the Jag could do. See you later, Dave. Have a good Friday tomorrow, man. I don't know if you guys are... Anybody in here off tomorrow? Well, a lot of people in the States don't have to work tomorrow, including me. Due to the Christmas holiday. See you later, Zai. Thanks for popping in. It's nice to meet some of you folks I haven't seen before. This stream usually takes place on Friday. What are you, in a spot that I can't hit? Oh, no. There it goes. Not bad. Not a bad run. Not a bad run. We'll quit right there and try something else. I'm pretty happy with that, though, coming in cold. It seemed to run quite nicely, by the way. Do we have any more suggestions? Anybody want to see anything in particular? Again, we're running the Amiga Mini software on the or it's the let me say it right, Aminimiga version 2.0 on the A500. Lots of short things to say there. Lemmings, good choice. Hey, let's just for fun, let's try Christmas Lemmings since we're going to be covering that tomorrow on the show. So let's do that, shall we? Xmas Lemmings. I think we're going to go through all the Lemmings Christmas versions. There were multiple Christmas versions. That's a good idea. Let's just try the Holiday 93. Of course, I'm sure everyone here has played Lemmings about 1,000,000 times. A lot of fun. All right. So let's get in here and see what we can get into here. So I haven't played this. I've played this a lot this week, but I haven't played it normal Lemmings for a while. I found these first few levels pretty simple. I'm just catching up on this. Yeah. Retrorico Live, yeah, I agree with everything you just said there. Commodore made a lot of just horrible decisions, and one would have to step back. Of course, hindsight's 2020, but you know, I mean, everything from the way they ended the run of the C64 to the end of the Amiga run, it seems like they were botching stuff left and right. You know, and really resting on their laurels as much as anything else because they weren't keeping their systems up to date. They weren't releasing new versions. They weren't releasing the stuff what people wanted. You know. Oops. I missed one. Ah! Gotta catch up here. Whoops, sorry, pal. There we go. Normally, I like to sit here at the door and do it. I've noticed on this game that it's kind of hard to target these guys sometimes. I don't know why. Judgment Day, eh? Is that the T2, the gun game? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that's enough to get me over the finish line here, yep. It seems okay to me, but there you go. Now, I will say this thing simulates, theoretically, a very jacked up, I think it's like an 030. But I've been pretty happy with what I've seen with it so far. There we go. Need one of these. I think that should do it. You need to stop, sir. There you go. Violet Night. I don't even know. I've never heard of that, if I'm honest. You know, I don't know, Christmas horror movies. I've never really. I'm not the biggest horror fan, and Christmas time, I don't ever feel like I'm in the mood for. Now, I do like the BBC runs these series of Christmas tales. They're like classic Christmas tales. I'm trying to get the particular author it is that does these, but they're really good. I love them. They were a yearly event in the BBC apparently back in the day. No, not Dickens. They're more horror based Christmas tales. It'll come to me. I'll have to think about it. I like sort of the 70s and early era on like the BBC because I know a lot of the actors. I watch a lot of like. I'm a big fan of Jeremy Brett's Sherlock Holmes, for example. You know, I like those detective shows, and so I recognize a lot of the actors, and so it's pleasant to me to watch that stuff. I'm looking at this Die Hard. Oh, okay, Die Hard. Oh, I see. Rise of the Robots. Oh my God, it's so bad. Which show are we talking about, Dave? Let's see where we're at here. pound through that. Oh, yeah. Listen, Jeremy Brett's the man. There are no other Sherlock. I mean, and keep in mind that I was a big fan of Basil Rathbone back in the day. I'm dating myself. I mean, I'm pre-dating myself. I'm not that old, but I listen to a lot of the radio dramas as well with Basil Rathbone, Nigel Bruce, and but I love those. By the way, it's an excellent Sherlock Holmes, the Jeremy Brett Sherlock Holmes. That's Christmas based. That's just glorious to watch. Yeah, bam. Yeah, me and you'll get along good, Viking. And by the way, the Jeremy Brett podcast is a must listen to. They interview all kinds of people off the show, including the producers, a lot of the living actors that come around. Watson was just on there a little while back, and it was great. It's a great podcast. I recommend it if you haven't listened to it, and you're really a Jeremy Brett Sherlockian. It would be right up your alley. By the way, bam, perfect. That's how you do it. Okay, let's see where we're at here. You can tell I've been playing this week, eh? Can't you? Okay. Oh, this one. This is where it gets a little funky. So we need. Let's see. Where's my guy? Here he is. I need this guy. I lost one. Sorry, pal. He'll come back. Or he may die. Yep, there he goes. Sorry, can't win them all. I'm going to have to use another stopper over here. Yeah, you know, it's funny. I'm just getting into Perot, but I do like. Listen, the actor is outstanding. There's no doubt about that. It's funny, the range of stuff I like that's British, the British TV shows are pretty weird because when I was growing up, it was stuff like the Young Ones and Blackadder, you know, and then I got into Father Ted, of course, the Monty Python, Benny Hill. I liked all those guys, and then as I've gotten older, I've gotten more into the dramatic side of it, you know. Oops, I guess I got to blow up the rest of these suckers. Let's see, I think I can just do this. Oh yeah. Miss Marple, yes. I haven't. Again, that's one I haven't seen a lot of, but I've enjoyed all the ones I've watched. I like Agatha Christie stuff too. I like her dramatizations. There it is. Look at that. There you go. Not bad. You can tell I've been practicing for the show, y'all. Although I find these levels pretty easy, if I'm honest, until you get up a bit. Then they get a little tougher. Let's try something else, man. I'm gonna get the keyboard. Again, I can't stress enough the niceness of not having to use the keyboard, and really the mouse even, oh, I forgot about Minder. That's another one I really like. The show turned me on the Minder, and I've watched a bunch of those. I don't like the second guy, but I like the main guy a lot. Any requests? Feel free to shout something out. I'm having a good time, man, just playing some stuff and chilling. Oh, I wanted to play Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Someone did request that. Let's have a go with that. You know, since we're in here. Well, is there? I don't know what this is. Let's try that. Oh, Banshee. Yeah, we'll do that one too. Speaking of British TV, you know, I grew up as a big Benny Hill fan. Right? We loved Benny Hill. My dad loved Benny Hill. And so we watched Benny Hill like every week. We watched tons and tons every night, Benny Hill. Do people in the UK still care about Benny Hill? Was he ever that popular? And how's he looked on these days? Because, I mean, his show certainly wasn't politically correct by today's standards. But I still get a kick out of it. It's kind of that dopey fun. These are cool graphics, by the way. I don't think I've played this particular game, so... No kidding. Well, yeah, that's true. That Yakety Sax, that's a great song. But I mean, the actual show, I learned a lot about the British culture and stuff by watching that show. Because most of it, unless you have a decent idea of what's going on, you're going to be screwed. All right, let's give it a shot. Yeah, I heard that, Bob. I heard that, man. Oh, what is this? Okay, this looks pretty cool. Okay, can I jump? What do I... I'm confused here. I must be out of bullets. Can someone explain to me what I'm doing? Okay, there's how I duck. I can't jump. This looks pretty good. Oh, yeah. Oh. Ooh. Sorry, I'm trying to get the controls down. Okay, I'm gonna try this again. That wasn't bad. This is not what I expected. But I didn't know there were two T2 games. If I'm honest, so you think the Terminators would fight a little more viciously. Also, does it seem like the boss fight being the very first fight? I think I can take him. Because those kicks do a lot of damage. Man, he's slow. Still have not gotten the controls down perfectly. I can tell you that. Oh, come on! I'm dying to see what's after this. This is. Oh no! Yeah, yeah. That's it. Game over. Oh, look at that! Oh, oh yes. Okay, put this game on the list too. Oh God! Oh, come on! You're killing that? That wasn't bad. That might be kind of fun. Who suggested that? Good job. I don't like the fact you have to enter your name stupidly, but that's alright. Well, I ran out of time. Not bad. Let's try some Banshee. Man, I'm finding all kinds of new games to try on the show. You guys are setting me up for months and months. Hey, what's up, Mitsuyama? I don't know if you've been here this whole time, but good day. You know, I played this a couple weeks ago in the arcade. Hey, if you guys want to check out one of my old streams, the last stream I did was out in the arcade on my arcade machine playing Banshee, and it was the best game I ever had. I really, really went well. I was very pleased with it. Oh, Jim Power. Oh, man. If I could get a t-shirt of that last scene in that game, I'd be a happy man. Where Jim Power sitting there looking all studly, and his girlfriend looks like scared and disturbed, bug-eyed. Ooh, massive, massive Amiga expert, eh? Beautiful. Hey, I'm always looking for one of those. Sorry, I'm reading this stuff out of sync. I'm definitely gonna check out your channel, dude. You know, it's not my favorite. I'll be honest with you. I like it. It's okay, but it's not my favorite. If I had to pick my favorite shooter on the Amiga, it would be... I like Hybris an awful lot. I will say that. I like Silkworm an awful lot. Man, I love Silkworm. Good one, Jess. The plot of this one's awful goofy, too. There's also that. Swiv is good as well. Battle Squadron, also good. Those are all good choices. I haven't played it yet. I just heard about it. Silkworm, it's funny. Me and my brother played it for the marathon a couple weeks ago on the arcade version, and we got humiliated, frankly. But on the Amiga version, we're really good. We're better at that one. Yeah, Pity is pretty awesome, too. I like that one as well. Hey, the Amiga's got some cool shooters. There's no doubt about that. Oh, man, putting over Moonstone. Moonstone's good. What if this is loading or just not loading? That's weird. We may have a winner here. This is what's going to come up. That is strange. Hey, great to see you in here, Red. Pop by any time. Yeah, we should be able to play this. If I'm honest, let's try the other version that was on here. I saw there was another one here. Moonstone is awesome, but man, I'm awesomely bad at it. I can tell you that right now. You'd think if it was a AGA thing, it wouldn't have came up at all either. You know what I mean? Let's see here. Let's try this. Moonstone is, yeah. We were real impressed when we played Moonstone. It's a top shelf game. Yeah. I'm surprised there hasn't been one. There's a lot of Amiga games that are ripe for the plucking. And now that the indie scene's become such a big deal, it seems like they could be cranking this stuff up. Oh, the intro. Holy smokes, it's great, isn't it? Yeah. I agree with that. I've heard good things about that game. I've never played it. This thing you may be right. Maybe it's an AGA thing. We're going to try another AGA game and see if it works. Let's do that, shall we? Because it looks like... Oh, hold the phone. I may have spoke too soon. Maybe we're not being patient enough. All right. The Atlantic Ocean. This is one goofy game. We did do that on the Amiga. And I think I'm trying to think. It's not coming up again. So I'm going to try another AGA game here and see if this is just doesn't have AGA up on this. So the version of the thing I'm running. I'm trying to think what's an AGA game that I absolutely know is AGA. Let's try. Help me out here. Just shout out an AGA game. Let's see what we can find here. Lion King. Good choice. Boat loved that game when we covered it. I was not as impressed. Let's see if this comes up. It's funny because I know the Mr. version works because I played it out in the arcade and it worked fine. Oh, Zool 2. Jeez. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't think we tried that one. I was thinking about the, what's the futuristic one where you, I will say this game's got a lot of panache. There's no doubt about that. I saw Lionheart there. It's funny you should mention that. I played Maniac Mansion back in the day on my DOS machine. I never really played the Amiga version that much. And those kind of games, I just am not good at. Well, so this one's working. So we could rule that off the list. So maybe just it's not working. That's something once I tell him, Amy Jimmy, what's going on, he'll take care of that. Maybe the WHD's incorrect. You never know. I've got a couple ideas, though. We'll try one more thing after this. And once I humiliate myself with this for a while. This one is a beauty. It's a looker. Hey, gummit. No, just jump on him, little goof. There we go. I don't like this level either, if I'm honest. Ha ha ha! Try that one more time. Stop that. This is one of those games I have better control luck with an actual joystick. You guys have an opinion? You know, the C64 came with a joystick. The Amiga came with this sort of CD32 style pad. Do you guys have a preference from one to the other? Like, were you upset? I mean, does anyone in here have an A500 Mini? I guess is probably a good question to ask. Dadgummit. Yeah, since you're talking about that, we know that AGA works. I'm getting out of this. Now, the last time I tried Lionheart Lionheart doesn't even work correctly on the Mister. Like, I've never been satisfied. So let's see how it runs on here. Because Lionheart's is my jam, as my brother would say. I love this game. I think is it the finest Amiga game ever made? It's got to be it's got to be in the conversation, brother. Look at all this crap. Oh man, enable extra graphics. Yeah, let's do that. We don't need the rest of the stuff. Fix borderlines. I don't know what this stuff does, but let's just turn it on and see what happens. Fix everything. And I think as a game, I think it's a very clever game. The art style on this thing is top shelf. I like the audio. I like the story. Now, there are some choices that a lot of people didn't like. For example, how the attacks work. The attacks it takes some time to master, which I have not mastered them, by the way. So don't expect a unbelievable performance. This is a game where if I don't play it like every week, I'll lose everything I had. But look at that. The scrolling. The fact that this is an OCS, CCS game. Doesn't require the AGA. They said when they took this to a trade show, Commodore came over and was like, man, that's so great. Can we talk about this with our AGA presentation? They're like, yeah, this isn't AGA. And the people at Commodore were like baffled. That's a shoot, brother. That's a real story. Yeah, Competition Pro. Nice. Hey, Bumface Pooh Hands. I know you were in here. It's good to talk to you, my friend. You've even got a kind of a poo brown font color. You're living the gimmick. Listen to that. This gets you fired up to go kill some crap. Yeah. This had the cool zoom, just like a Sega or something, or a Super Nintendo, to zoom in. Like I'm telling you, every game could have looked like this. It makes me angry. It's got music plus sound effects. It's got all the scrolling. It runs like a dream. That's right, man. That's what I'm here for. I'm off tomorrow, so I'm going to get me some in. You guys let me know if that sound gets too high or too low. I love this. Yes. Now, Lionheart does run sort of like a goof. I would have just got the He-Man license for this game. He looks like He-Man. I guess that's what they were going for. Yeah. We were just playing that, bum. Yeah. Sorry, I like the opening. I'm not a fan of the old He-Man, if I'm honest. But still, this guy's wearing the same crap He-Man wore, except he's got a better steed. I'd rather have the dragon than Cringer, that geek. Was He-Man a thing over in the UK and Europe? Did you guys? I'm assuming everybody knew who he was. Yeah, Lion-O, sure. A little bit of Lion-O in there. That's a show I liked a little bit more, but not a ton. Let's make sure that We want the 2-button stick. I like this. There's normal, there's hard, and then there's lion hard. We'll just go with this. There's no easy option when you play lion hard. You have to pay. Now, this has given me some weird flickers and stuff in the past, so we're going to see how it goes. Yeah, man. Anyone in here into Beats of Rage? There's an awesome Beats of Rage He-Man game. It's something you should get into if you're not. Alright, so see the clouds up there? This is the same thing I get on the Mister, too. Kind of weird graphical glitches. So, which is a... This game must be doing some insane stuff. I can only assume, because like I said, emulation-wise, this is one that even when I run it with like I've got an Amiga Forever package. We always work with Cloanto. You know, they're always. I will say a lot of people don't like Cloanto. They always be real nice to me and Boat. They always send us over the newest Amiga Forevers, and that comes the closest to getting it right. But if you pay a lot of attention, it's still not perfect. I haven't played anything that got it right outside of actually playing this on the computer. So here's one. This is one that should have been on the Amiga, or the A500 Mini. Like, I don't know, I can't think of any reason, aside from licensing, that this wasn't on there. I mean, inherently, it's an Amiga-only game. It was never released on any other system, and it shows off your system in the best conceivable light. There's no way you could not put it on here if you could somehow get the rights to it. So I'm assuming they just couldn't get the rights to it, which is a shame. This is playable, though. Like, look at this. This stuff right here. The tightrope, all that jive. It's just awesome. Like, they thought of everything. Your guy can hang, he can dangle. And the control system on it is okay once you get to understand it. You've got to fiddle with it a little bit, you know. But if you do, you're rewarded. This is one that I think plays a lot better with the gamepad. I will say that. I've always had better success with this than with the joystick. Oops. Watch that. Yeah, there we go. See, I love that overhand strike. It comes in handy places like that when the guys are trying to catch you from the top. Now, see if I can remember how to do this. You have to jump to it and slide to a certain side. I think it's to the right, so let's try it. It is. All right. Secret area. See the pinpoint accuracy of the jumping? You got to be good. I mean, it's not Manic Miner insane, but a few things are. Sorry, I'll catch up with the chat here in a second. I'm using all the powers of mental thinking here to get through this. Yeah. I hate this level, though, I'll be honest. Well, it depends on your definition of correctly. I mean, some run it better than this one does. I'm not exactly lighting this up here. These little freaks right here are the thing I hate the most. It's funny, I've been hitting up for jump this whole time, and I could have been hitting the button, because I forgot I set it on that. It shows you where These little things here suck. God, I hate them. Oh, God. I get killed here so much. A cave worm sucks. They're hard to kill. You have to get down in that stupid sweep position. And this is not the easiest thing to get off in this game, that sweep. Shoot, would you die? And they do a lot of damage for a little... I mean, they do a full bit of damage for these little guys. Especially in this little cave, you can't have trouble jumping them. Hey, Buck Owens, thank you, my friend. It's the legendary country star Buck Owens, everyone. Oh, by the way, great at games. You can check his annex out. He's got stuff going on. I used some of your footage of the day, Buck, on the Coco show. I needed someone who knew how to play that the new Nick Marentes game, and you were the man. Yeah, I've heard that. You know, I was just thinking of a game I haven't played for a while. I'm going to see if it's included in this collection, because if it's not, I'm going to add it. There's a friend of the show. Now, we haven't talked to him for a few years. Was named Gary James. Me and Boat are big fans of the Odyssey 2, Magnavox Odyssey 2, or as you guys know it, the Video Pack. And the Odyssey 2 was a great machine. It was the machine I had back when I was a kid. And he ported over a couple Odyssey games. That's the one, exactly what I'm thinking about, actually, is Killer Bees. So I'm going to check and see if it's actually on here. See, I hate that little freak. I'm killing this guy. I got to get through this stupid thing again. This is what usually happens. I get pissed off and get killed real quick because I'm an idiot. There you go, die. Get me out of here. You got that, Ricky. It's good to see you, Ricky. Ricky D. Hey, I hope you guys will come back around for Amigos tomorrow. We're going to get an early start. Do a little Christmas stuff. Have a little fun. Should be a blast. I don't think we're going to get to do it live, though, because this polar vortex is a real bummer. I mean, this is going to be super cold. I'm not sure the arcade can withstand these temperatures. It's going to be real cold. And the roads are supposed to be real bad. I think Rob Flacco Harris in here, and he's already getting it. I saw that he was down to like 4 degrees or something. We're not supposed to get it until a little bit after midnight. It's probably about 40 out right now, but we're supposed to get a big dose of ugly. It's with a wind chill below the 0 mark. I think for you people overseas, that would be, what is that? Let's see, 32. Let's see, 0 over here would be, I don't even know, it's true 0, whatever it is. Somebody help me out. Celsius is not my bag. I like these platforms here. I always thought that was kind of clever. This game doesn't get credit for having some good, clever platforming elements. The vine destroying, stuff like that. The riding the bugs is pretty cool. I like that. I like the fact, watch him build momentum, which is cool. You don't hear many people talk about that either. Like the monsters will come down after you in some areas, which is cool. That's a cool element right there. Gosh, I can't kill anything here. I'm trying to get to the... Here we go. Gotta be quick. Look at the background, how it moves. It's awesome. Oh! I sword dove right into the drink. There it is. Well, so we could say that one's not working right, but Dave, I think it's some form of madness, if I'm honest. Let's see if they've got Killer Bees on here. I'm interested to see if they've got it on here. If not, I'm going to recommend that stuff get put in. Killer... No, they don't have it. And he's got more than that, too. There's also I think he also did a Casey Munchkin thing. So I'm going to see if I can get Amiga Jimmy to stick it in. I don't know how hard it is to add games, but I would love to. Holy smokes, look at that. I'm looking at these temperatures here. Those are some cold temperatures. I'm going to catch up on the chat real quick. It's good to see you in here tonight, Tex. It's always nice to see you. I haven't got to say hi to you. That's pretty bizarre there. What's that? Is that Warunaru? Cool name, man. I don't think I've met you. It's nice to meet you. Yeah, Cammy, we were just talking about that. Sorry, I'm going back to the chat. Mikey, that was not He-Man. That was Lionheart, brother. But it's a loving tribute to He-Man, I think. Yeah, it's funny. Oh, that's something I wanted to try here. I'm going to exit out of this this front end here. Tiny launcher. Hold me closer, tiny launcher. We're going to go back to the A500 mini desktop here. You've got multiple ways to run this stuff, and one of the things you've got here is this AGS2, and it allows you to change some stuff around with with various options. And I'm wondering if we can get some of the games we couldn't get to work with this. Um, so like, okay, that's nothing there. I saw. Here we go. So we can make this thing. So because we wanted to run Banshee, so we're going to put this on exact CPU speed for the 1200. We'll see if that makes a difference. And we'll turn off. Okay, let's see what else. Anybody, any suggestions? We'll put it on in PAL. We're going to try to run Banshee OSG. Hey, thanks for coming in, Jolly. Have a holly jolly Christmas, my friend. Yeah, you guys are doing okay down there in Tasmania, Cammy. Let's see here. If the games, okay, this is the default for most games. Okay, let's try running it with what we've got set here and see what it does. And we'll try getting this to work. Cause I would like to see if I can get Banshee to work on here. That way I could say something definitive. Here we go. Yeah, man. You guys have a nice one. Oh man. Yeah. Listen, I wish I was at the beach too. We have to drive about the beach from my house. It's probably about a 6 or 7 hour. Nah, maybe you could get there in 4 or 5. I mean, the closest beach would be Virginia Beach, which is not the best beach. You know, it's not that far south. Holy smokes. I've got the demo for that. We'll try that here in a second. Bob, I'm trying to pronounce your name. Bob Labola. You guys are taxing my West Virginian tongue tonight. All right, let's see if we've fiddled with this thing. Let's see if we can get some action. Yeah, I thought that there were lots of beachfront property in Tasmania. Well, the new version, Dave, that's what they did, right? They took the DOS version and sort of ported it back. Wasn't that the gimmick? I saw a screen flicker there, but we're still getting no action. All right, I'm going to call that a definitive not working. So I'll put that in the when I talk to Jimmy, I'll put that in the list. Not bad though, of all the stuff we've ran tonight. I think that we've got a demo for that DOS. Let me see. I see like I saw that. One of the things you could do on this thing was go year by year, which I really like. And so you can look at the newest stuff. Turrican 2. That might be what this is. Let's give this a whirl. Well, first thing I'm going to do is basically put everything back to default. So let's do that. Options. There we go. All right, now let's try it. Let's see if this works. Listen, Xenon 2 is not that bad. I like Xenon 2. That game takes a lot of beatings, but I think it's fun. I like the organic features. I'm a big Babylon 5 fan, so it looks like something that maybe the Shadows would have dug out of somewhere. Here we go. Not exactly a rocket ship, you know what I mean? Okay. Hey, thank you, Dryer Lint. You're a fine fellow. Yeah, B5. Why am I not surprised that you're in the B5, Cammy? I'm nervous about the news shows. I don't know if they're going to happen or not now. We may have to turn up the default awesomeness to correct. This looks like it's running slow to me. Let's give this a second to see what comes up. By the way, is there a game on the Amiga with better music? You tell me. They used, in the pilot episode, they did use an Amiga for the special effects. Correct. Now, from what I've read, in subsequent episodes, they moved on to something else, but they did use an Amiga. Yes, absolutely. Hey, all the more reason to like it, right? I don't know if this is loading or doing nothing. Right now, it's just sitting there playing music. It seemed like it was running really slow, so here's what we're going to do. Let's back out of this, if we can. If we can. The problem with these gates, sometimes I don't know how to get out of them. Because they're not using the usual controls. So what we'll do here is we'll just reboot the whole darn thing. It's one of the good things about this. And then I'm going to crank up I'm going to try a Super Duper Amiga, and we'll try that. Yeah, Sequest DSV. You know, I never liked that show. I kind of thought it was real dorky. You know, and low end. But I know people that loved it. If it's your bag, I don't want to rag on it, but... Are you kidding me, Dave? Get out of here, Dave. Dave, don't be a hater. You know, don't be jealous, brother. When no one's ragging on the ST, we're all one big retro family. We love them all. I'm sure the ST was involved in the production of some TV show that we've never heard of. Nothing as grand as B5. Hey, how many albums was the ST involved in? Probably hundreds. Hundreds of albums. That was its bag. Let's see if we can crank this thing up here. Let's see here. We're going to put it on max speed. That's right. All of them. Holy smokes. We'll put an NTSC because I believe that we were looking at an NTSC there. And let's try that. I love to be able to do that on the fly. That's dandy. It's funny though. I don't think I've ever had it actually make a difference. But by God, I'm sure it will eventually. So let's try this here. Oh yeah, Petzel. That's awesome, man. Hey, we'd love to see some of you people that are available coming down to BoatFest here in sunny Hurricane, West Virginia. It's going to be a lot of fun. But we had a great time last year. And I'm telling you, I'm really excited about this one. And if you can't make it to Hurricane, West Virginia, understandable. We'll be streaming the whole of BoatFest. It's going to be awesome. Have a good time. Should be a lot of people there this year having a good time. All right, this doesn't look like it's running on all cylinders. Doesn't that look extremely slow? Let's try it. We'll try this real quick one more time. If this doesn't work, I got something else I want to try here as we're getting in towards the end of the show here. I've got Amy Jimmy has packed on some additional bonus goodies that are to run on this thing. Yeah, everything I've heard that the pub has excellent internet over there. Oh yeah. You know, I read that, Dave, and I thought to myself, man, that sounds great. What channel's that? I was like, oh, talking about us. Oh, yeah. I don't think anyone would disagree with that. I mean, talk about if you go against the 1200 or the 500, absolutely. I agree with that. I agree with that whole. I mean, I think I'm really, if we're going to play that game, though, you know, I think there are plenty of machines that are cooler looking. If you're going to pick a machine to go with, the TI-994A, it's probably the King Dong. Oh, hold the phone here. We're getting some action. I was getting ready to bug out of here, and here we got some action here. Let's see if we can actually play something. All right. Hey, the 3000 is a quality looking machine. I mean, it's the. I'm a 1000 man, but I like the 3 too. It's funny, I don't have any box Amigas, unfortunately. I'd like to have one, but that's just one thing I've never gotten a chance to have. Listen, Rob, when we get in the groove, brother. Listen, what's more exciting than staring at a huge block of cubes? That's we're trying desperately to try this Turrican's demo out. Here it goes. We're getting something here. Ooh, that does look good. Let's see what the buttons are here. Oh, God. Okay. Well, so far I'm having some difficulty with the controls. I got jump. Oh, I see. Oh, man, it's super laggy. Super duper laggy. Man, that does look nice. Something tells me this one's not quite ready for prime time. Now, they did just release the other version, so it's just a matter of putting that in here. That'll definitely be on my list. I haven't tried adding anything to this thing before, and I know there's a share folder. It's real simple to add. By the way, this drive can go right on your PC. It's fully readable, so you don't have to even do anything crazy. Of course, the CHUD files are in there. I think they're for the hard drive. So I'm not sure how difficult or easy it would be to add stuff to it. I'll find out though. You're not getting any sound, Dave? Let me turn it up a little bit. How about now? Man, I wish this was running at like 100% because this looks great. Man, what a beautiful look. Good Lord, I suck at this game. Yeah, you can't get rid of that, man. This thing's got multiple button support, which is nice. PC, blessedly, was a 2-button machine. At the bare minimum, at least early on, that's what all the joysticks were 2 buttons. I keep wanting to hit up for jump. It's killing me. Man, I will say this, like I said, this is a beta. This is the beta of the game, but it's absolutely not ready to go. It's like Turrican in tar. It's Turrican. I'm giving them away. Although, let's be honest, I've always been horrible at this game. It takes a special kind of person to play, and I am not that guy. Screw it. Let's get out of here. It's about time for the swarm of death to show up. Those rocks and stuff, they look... I'm surprised that the DOS version was like the definitive version of this. How did that happen? I wonder what year this came out for DOS. I was just trying to sneak my way through. Do you have one of those things, Dave? I know this is painful to watch if you're really good at this game. I do apologize. But I mean, it is running. You can tell by the way it's glitching up, too. It's not running the best. Oh, alright, enough of this. Still, we did get it to run. I call that a win. Let's see if we can get it to stop. We can. Alright. One thing I wanted to try here, let me get out of that, is, of course, I mentioned that this thing came with a bunch of extra stuff. Since we're nearing the end of the stream, I want to go into the A games area here. And then what you got in here, look at this, y'all. You've got all kinds of interesting stuff to come along with your A500 Mini, including Duke Nukem 3D and Doom and Mega Ball. Played this last night. Scorched Tanks, Renegades, lots of good stuff. And also even you've got emulators in here. PC Task. I used the crap out of that back in the day to do the real simple stuff. But I love that. Gosh, I use that all the time. He's got all kinds of stuff in here. I haven't tried any of the emulation, so that's a stream of another color right there. But yeah, SimCity 2000 is on here. I assume these are like the high-end. I've never had a real high-end Amiga, so I don't know what it can and can't do exactly. I'm assuming this stuff is what a high-end Amiga can do. Let's try. You gotta try this. Let's see how this works. Yeah, I wouldn't hold your breath on that. That much said, if you've got a Mister, you're laughing. Did I double click that? I think I did. Again, having never ran this, I don't know how long it takes to start. So now I've just got to sit here for a minute and see what happens. By the way, I know Alien Breed. No, actually, I don't know if that's going to run or not. Alien Breed 2 was screwed up, and I actually tried this for Jimmy, and it worked. It worked pretty good, I think. I couldn't get out of it. I know that, but otherwise it worked great. So I think you have to play this with the keyboard. Let me look here. Yeah. Not my favorite. But since we're here and since somebody asked, might as well try it. Yeah. There you go. This is the fastest I've ever played this game, I can tell you that. Hey, thanks for coming in, OSG. We appreciate you. Whoa, Awkward Aardvark in the house. I'll check out your channel, by the way, dude. I'm looking forward to it. What's up, Aardvark? Gosh, you never come around. It's good to see you. Merry Christmas. Oh, yeah? I have no idea what I'm doing. Is that a door? I'm also not sure how to open and close doors. Did I mention that? Uh-oh. I think we found a glitch here. That doesn't sound right, does it? Let's see if I can back out of this thing. Well, there's another one for Amy Jimmy. How strange. Let's get back in. We'll try one more of these wacky ones here. I am interested in these. Yeah, that was weird, man. Cammy, what's the fastest Amiga you've got over there? Is your 030 your speed demon? Does anyone in here have a 060? Oh, the old TAC 2. I used to have one of those. Is that the one that had sort of a metal base? And yeah, I had one of those. Gosh, I thought about that thing. I sold that thing. Amazingly. I'm going to try this one more time here because I want to try to get something to run out of here. So let's see if this starts. I'm just going to sit here for a minute and do nothing. We may have to completely. What I've been doing is just basically resetting. Amy Jimmy told me that the A500 Mini has a memory leak if you don't do a complete shutdown and bring it back up. So we may try that real quick. See if that makes a difference. Why don't we do that? Just take a second. Thankfully. The Aminimiga, of course, we're doing things it was not meant to do, clearly. By the way, in case anybody didn't know, this is sort of important. Amy Jimmy just ran a contest. In fact, it just finished up, where he was looking for wallpaper for the new version of this of his software, and it was sponsored by the people that make the A500 Mini. I mean, they're pretty much endorsing his work on the A500 Mini. So this is something you could use. And I mean, they're not going to give you support, obviously, but I mean, they were more than happy to let him go in there and kick the tires. He's been in direct contact with them. I wouldn't expect patches or bug fixes based on his recommendations to come out for it because of the expense of it all. But you never know. Once the next version of this comes out, you may have some sort of input on it. So it's kind of neat. Dave, I had seen rumors that it would be coming out this coming year. I mean, I know they sort of, as I recall, they announced there would be a full-size version. With all that said, much like the C64, aside from the ability to use the keyboard, I don't know if there was any extra stuff that was involved. There may have been extra USBs or something on I know they updated the joystick. In all honesty, I can't think of a whole lot of reasons to actually upgrade, because the keyboard, I mean, it depends on what you're doing. If you're into the hardcore stuff and you want to, do applications and stuff, and you don't have to use an external keyboard, that's cool. I like this thing because the form factor is so small. I've just got it tucked in here somewhere, and I don't have to even worry about it. So we did a complete reboot. I just want to make sure that there's not a memory leak that's causing stuff not to work. So we're going to try this again. Oh, one thing else I'm going to do. Hold on a second. I just remembered something I'd done. Let's make sure that we're back up to the exact specifications, the defaults. So we're going to go in here and just double check. I thought about that. So we're going to go up here to here and then go set it back to its defaults. All right, now let's try this stuff and see what happens. Okay. Does anyone out there, I know Chris Edwards said he had, but does anyone out there have an A500 Mini or are thinking about maybe getting one? Okay, we're going to try this one more time. I'm watching the memory to see if there's a change. There is a change. I mean, it could just be taking a second to load. Let's let it load. You're getting one, Tex? That's cool. Those purists are out of their mind, Bob. No, people that say they should only run things on stock, clearly they haven't played stuff at stock for a while. This may just take a minute. So I'm going to give this thing a minute here. Although I'm looking at the memory usage and I don't see it moving. So we may have a dud here. So I'm going to go into records and just say that's not currently working. I'll get with him on that. Let's try Doom. Okay, we're getting some action here. There we go. Let's see how we're going to play this. Can I play this with the joystick, I wonder? Probably not. Oh, yeah. There we go. Gosh, it's been since I played this. I'm trying to remember the controls. There we go. Man, it's got that god awful the music. This is the horrible DOS tunes. I know people are, I don't know, have a weird thing for DOS music. I don't know why, because there's an Amiga, you know, but I don't like ad-lib music. I don't like MIDI music, and I don't like that kind of crummy DOS music. You know, I've had an Amiga, so it's like taking like 10 steps backwards. I can't figure out why people are so gung-ho over this god-awful music. Somebody help me out here. Is it just me? Doom's kind of fun, Lint. I mean, if you, I don't know how old you are, Lint, if I'm honest, but if you're my age, when you saw Doom the first time, it was just like, oh my god, well, that's amazing. Man, I can hit this guy. Would you come here, you moonwalking freak? Oh yeah, you're my exact age. Well, not my exact age, pretty close. When you first saw this, Lint, weren't you impressed? I mean, it blew my freaking brains out. I couldn't believe how cool it looked. Are you kidding me, Dave? Always in here with a quip. I feel an interview show coming on these days, Dave. We're going to get together. I've got to take you to task on some of this ill will and obvious jealousy. Yeah. By the way, the control method they're using on this is not the one I would choose. This is real funky. I'd go back and change that. This seems to be running nicely, though. I have no idea where I'm going. There's the map. There we go. This was the first game I networked and played. And, am I nuts? Am I crazy? Where the heck am I? Why do I keep going back to the same spot? I remember getting my first network cards to play this. And me and my buddies, we were all sharing a house, and man, we played the holy crap out of this game. And then we played Rise of the Triad, if you remember that game. We played the crap out of that one too. And then Heretic and Hexen, you know, all the sort of derivative versions of this game. Die. These guys light me up. Oh god! Not good, not good! Ah, he's alright. He's tough. Come on. I'm getting past one level of this. Oh, and I'm out of bullets. Punch the demon to death. Hell yeah. There it is. Well, that seems to work pretty good. We'll call that a win. Yeah, you know, Rise of the Triad had those bounce pads and stuff. Those were a lot of fun. You know, my brother was the same way, Lint, by the way. He was more of a console guy. He never really got into computers until later when I sort of drug him in. I mean, he was into the Coco. But when the Super Nintendo came out, he was a Nintendo guy, for sure. See if there's anything else we want to try out of this batch. I've never heard of some of this stuff. Should we try one of the emulators just for fun? Emulate something that's emulating something else? Or if he's got any games on here. Let's see if there's any. Oh, there's ROMs, it says. Let's see here. Load a snapshot. Oh, here we go. Let's see what we got here. Match Day 2. We've played that. Oh, Popeye. Street Hawk. Oh, man. I wouldn't call this the finest assortment of games I've ever seen for the Chase HQ. It's not bad. Gryzor. It's pretty good. Let's try Crazy Cars 2. I didn't even know that was out. Huh. Well, I mean, that's sort of like emulation. I mean, kinda. I don't know what's happening or how to control anything. Oops. I'm hitting all the buttons here, folks, to see if we can get some action. I'm going to call that a work in progress there. I think. Let's see if we can actually make it stop. I think there's a reboot thing up here. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. Okay. Okay. Oh, this is a pretty decent. Okay, this is not bad. This isn't bad. Look at this. This gives you all your this gives you all of your options. There might be something to this. That's one to come back to. Let's see if we can actually quit. I can't figure out how to quit. It's a funny thing. Oh, come on, Dave. Everybody loves those things, and I can't figure out why people care so much about them. I just can't. I don't understand why people are so hard up for those MT32 things. It's not like there's a ton of support for them on the Amiga, especially. But you know, the sound. It's just that kind of DOSy noise. I mean, you got an ST for God's sakes. Why the heck would you want to fool with that? Here we go, reboot. Yeah, I have not played TIE Fighter with it, but I've heard it. I've heard it demonstrated. I don't know. It just doesn't do it for me. I've had Amiga sound. It's hard to go back to that DOS, that dopey MIDI stuff. To me, it's not for everyone. It's just like I hear all these people. They're so nostalgic for this old DOS. I mean, people are like, man, I sure love like Jill of the Jungle, and I sure love like these old booter games, and I just can't figure out why. I mean, they weren't good when they came out. The majority of them, in my opinion, that's why the Amiga was so awesome. I was like, my God, these games are 50 times better here. I guess everyone's got their own thing. Let's have a quick look at Mega Ball. Ooh. Yeah. That's something else. I mean, how many people had those? I'm surprised they got that much support. I used to love this game. I mean, it got a little sampley. You know, my brother hates these paddle games. Oh shoot, that was a bad one. Oh, International Karate. I'm sure it's on there. That's another game I never got along with. I loved Karate Champ, and when I first saw International Karate, I'm like, why are there 3 guys out here? How do you turn that third guy off? And I was like, you can't? Like, what is this weird thing? But people love it, man. I'd really just play. I love Karate Champ. It's such a great game. That's quite an annoying noise. Oh, jeez, I don't know how I did that. Oh, yeah. This plays nicely. I mean, one would hope, right? Well, yeah, valid point, Dave. I mean, if I'm going to play a karate game on the Amiga, for example, it's going to be Panza. You get to make your own fighter, which is cool. You get to make the way it looks. You get to pick the moves and the directions that the moves you go. I mean, that's awesome. I never understood why Panza doesn't get more love. It's the best thing Loricel ever did, that's for darn sure. God knows I've covered enough of their stuff on the Auric and on these other like machines. I'm like, man, they put out a lot of duds over the years, but that was one of their better ones. Oh no, you don't, not this time. I'm guessing there's no. Oh yeah. All right, Dave. Yes, 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 Dave. You knew that would get me. You knew that would get me. I'll play that one next. I'll close the show with a little IK Plus, brother. You've never seen it, Lent. All right. Yes, I will say, and I say this humbly, that One Must Fall is the best non-console fighting game ever released. And that's including modern stuff. It's the best in terms of what they did with what they had to work with. It's my all-time favorite fighting game. And it's probably my all-time favorite DOS game, if I'm honest. Oh, man. Alright, let me see if I can get out of this game here. Yeah. I'm a king. See if I can quit here. Shift Q. There we go. Let's bring up a little IK. Listen, I'm a man of the people. There's a bunch of different flavors of this, all right? You know, I've got an app with GS that has a lot of games. I was surprised that were on there. So I'm not terribly surprised that the Mac got a lot of... I mean, I doubt it got tons of action, but I'm sure it got some. So let's just go with the old standard here. Disable bonus rounds. Archer McLean, I believe he also did Archer McLean's Pool. And I believe he also did Drop Zone. Was that Archer as well? Listen, this opening's awesome. There's no doubt about that. Look, Dave, I remembered something, man. I don't recommend playing like Super Drop Zone, the console version. That thing sucked. See, now this is awesome. I used to watch the old, we would call them Chop Suey Theater over here, the old Hong Kong cinema, martial arts movies. This reminds me of like the Shaw Brothers are firing up here. Let's see here. Here we go. There it is. There's the T for you. Yeah. 1-0, brother. Come on, bring it. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that. Synchronized. Yeah. Good night, Mitsuyama. We're getting ready to call it off ourselves after I kick a little bootay. Huh. Oh, not this crap. It's already the best I've ever done. gamepad helps a ton in this. Oh! Hey, what's up, Picard? Make it so, brother. Merry Christmas, my friend. Oh! Am I out? Come on. I'm not down. Oh, get up, get up. I'm getting thumped now. Come on. Oh, I love the splits. I will like that. The old Van Damme. Yes! I'm like a rocket. I'm just going across the screen kicking. Look at that. Come on, come get you some. Yeah. Man, I'm on fire. Oh. Need more backgrounds in this too. They need to change it up a little. Like, why not have one guy or two guys? Like, why not have? I always understood why the option wasn't there for that. They got a pretty sound fighting system here. Yeah. Get up, geek. There's Pac-Man. I have a lot of fun doing a lot of stuff. It's not my favorite. It's not like it's a crappy game. It's a fine game. Don't get me wrong. It's one of the top 4 or 5 fighting games on the Amiga. There's no doubt about that. Man, I'm crushing these guys. All right, Bob. Hey, thanks for coming in. We might as well call it a night here, too. I think they got the right idea. As soon as I get hit by one of these balls. Oh, that was lucky. Look at that, special ball. I love the sound effects. Oh my God! There it was. Good stuff. All right. Let's take it to the house, everybody. Hey, I appreciate good turnout tonight. I appreciate it, everybody, especially for not announcing it ahead of time. Super fun. I had a great time playing some games. Hey, like I said, I think this does a good service for Amiga Jimmy or Amy Jimmy. If you're interested in picking this thing up, it's a free download over at Aminimiga.com. You can get on Amy Jimmy's Discord from there and get set up. He does all this stuff for free, and he really does a great service. And again, it's coming soon. Is going to be stuff like Raspberry Pi. There's already a USB PC version, and most importantly, the Mister version of his image, which will be super duper. That'll be a lot of fun. So again, check him out. Support this guy. He's doing a good service. He makes these A500 minis worth having, man. Hey, check out everyone's show. We mentioned a ton of people, and check them all out. There's some of them are still in here. Dave Velociraptor from over at This Week in Retro. Rob Flack O'Hara from all his shows, robohara.com. Make sure you check out Adam's show. All good stuff. Thanks for checking us out. Hey, we'll be back tomorrow. Me and Bo will be here for Amigo's Christmas special. I think we're going to kick it off around 1 or 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. And it should be a lot of fun. Yeah, let's raid right now. Who do we... Give me the full name, Buck, and we'll send them over. Is that Adam? From is that Adam from Fine and Tandy? Just give me the full name. What's his channel called, Buck? And I'll take care of business on that. Hey, thank you, Rick. Commodore Chronicles, no problem. Thanks, fellas. Yeah, man, I'm gonna check him out myself. That'll be fun. Here we go. So we're gonna send you guys over to my good friend Adam. Thanks again, everybody. Until next time, adios. Be good, by the way. Merry Christmas. If I don't know you, I've enjoyed meeting you, and if I do know you, I've enjoyed seeing you. Adios.